Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine from Ecall Valley's Microsoft team. Today, I'd like to walk you through how M365 Inspectors helps organizations get a clear, intuitive view of their Microsoft 365 usage and uncover risks that are often easy to miss in day-to-day operations. This video covers three main things: why many companies use Microsoft 365 heavily but still don't have a clear picture of their usage and risks, how M365 Inspectors brings information scattered across different admin portals into one clear view, and finally, through a few hands-on demos, how this kind of management helps reduce risk, cut waste, and make daily operations easier. For most enterprises, Microsoft 365 has become an essential part of everyday operations. Whether it's Outlook, Teams, OneDrive, or SharePoint, these tools are deeply embedded in how teams communicate, collaborate, and manage documents. And precisely because they're used so frequently and across so many scenarios, management issues tend to build up gradually over time, often without being noticed right away. In most enterprises, these issues usually show up in four main areas. Security risk is one of them. MFA isn't always fully enabled, and in day-to-day operations, it's hard to quickly see which accounts might be risky. Most teams only start digging in after an incident happens. Another common issue is license cost leakage. Accounts aren't always cleaned up, and it's often unclear whether licenses are actually being used. Over time, enterprises end up paying for licenses no one is using, or even buying the same licenses twice without realizing it. There's also limited visibility into resource usage. OneDrive and SharePoint storage and usage are spread across different admin pages. It's not easy to tell what's actively being used and what's just sitting idle, which can lead to either capacity shortages or unnecessary waste. And then there's management efficiency. Without a single consolidated view, accounts, security, licenses, and storage all have to be handled separately. Operations become more complicated, more time is spent, but efficiency doesn't really improve, and the value of Microsoft 365 often ends up being underestimated. At this point, the real key isn't adding more settings, it's having a clear overall view. M365 Inspectors isn't meant to replace Microsoft's admin portals. Instead, it helps administrators bring accounts, security, licenses, and data usage into a single view, so everything can be seen clearly at once. Next, we'll go through a few demos to show how this kind of visualized management actually works in day-to-day Microsoft 365 operations. For most administrators, the real challenge isn't a lack of tools, it's that information is scattered and decisions take too long. With M365 Inspector, you can see the key status of your Microsoft 365 environment in one place: account security, MFA adoption, license usage, and whether OneDrive or SharePoint storage is becoming a risk. These metrics aren't meant for configuration. They help you answer one simple question: is there anything that needs attention right now? If something looks off, you can drill down and take action immediately. And if everything looks stable, you know your environment is under control. That's the value of M365 Inspectors, not making management more complex, but turning scattered data into a clear view that supports faster judgment and better decisions. First, let's look at account and identity security. In real environments, people join and leave all the time. Unused accounts or accounts without full MFA enabled are actually some of the most common and most overlooked security risks. On this screen, you can switch between domains and immediately see overall MFA adoption at a glance, so you know how many accounts are still exposed. The MFA method breakdown shows which authentication methods users are actually using, helping you quickly check whether your setup aligns with internal policies. Scrolling down, you get a very practical user-level view. You can sort by MFA status, search specific users, or quickly focus on privileged accounts that aren't fully protected yet. For audits or security reviews, the user list can be exported with one click, so risks aren't just visible but actionable. With this approach, account security isn't something you only review after an incident. It becomes something you continuously monitor as part of everyday operations. Once account security is under control, the next issue that's often overlooked is license cost leakage. In Microsoft 365, once a license is assigned, it keeps generating costs as long as the account exists. But many organizations can't clearly answer one simple question: which licenses are actually being used? Here, you first get a quick overview of overall license health, including assigned licenses, upcoming expirations, and usage activity, so you can understand the big picture right away. As we scroll down, usage is broken down by service, making it easy to spot accounts that still have licenses but show little or no activity. This is where administrators should focus first. These accounts are the top priority for license optimization and recovery. You can export this list with one click to support account cleanup or license adjustments. And if you need more detail, you can drill into a specific license to see actual usage and subscription information. With this approach, license management isn't just about annual renewals. It's about making sure every Microsoft 365 license is truly used where it's needed. Beyond accounts and licenses, another area that can quietly get out of control is storage usage. In OneDrive and SharePoint, data naturally keeps growing, but in reality, very few teams regularly check what's still being actively used. On this screen, you can quickly see overall storage allocation, how much capacity is tied up in active sites versus inactive ones, and the overall usage activity, so you can assess the risk level at a glance. Scrolling down, each SharePoint site is clearly listed with actual storage usage and last access time, making it easy to spot sites that take up space but are no longer in use. With sorting and search, you can quickly identify specific sites or Teams channels and create a clear list for cleanup and optimization. In the OneDrive section, you can also review storage usage at the user level, so allocation is based on real needs, not constant expansion. With this approach, storage management is no longer about running out of space and buying more. It's about continuously understanding usage versus idle data and making sure storage is used where it matters most. M365 Inspector brings accounts, security, licenses, and data usage into a single, easy-to-understand view. Its real value is that it helps enterprises spot risks and waste early, before they turn into real problems. And when you can see things clearly, Microsoft 365 is truly under your control.